Welcome to a day in the life of a seventh grader at Korematsu. I will be walking you through everything in chronological order from when you arrive to when you leave. A small explanation of the different classroom types and things will be at the end. School starts at 8 a.m. every day. As you arrive at school, you'd probably hang out either in the area outside the band room and multipurpose room, the big main area past the main gate, which is called the quad, or anywhere in between. Some people get breakfast in the cafeteria. If you use the bus, you'll be arriving around 15 minutes before 8. When the first bell rings, you would go to your first class. Classes are 50 minutes long, 55 minutes if it's second period, and lunch is 40. There's 5 minutes between each period, so you don't really need to worry about rushing. In this time, you have a chance to get things from your locker if you need to. Normally, there would be an insane amount of kids walking around. This kind of only applies to C building, which we'll get to later. Unfortunately, we don't have the time or knowledge to add that level of CGI to this video, so you'll just have to imagine a loud river. There are 7 periods in a day. Days are categorized as A and B days. And for B days, the order of periods goes 6, 7, 1, 4, 5, 2, 3. This can be a little disorienting at first, but you'll get used to it. For 7th graders, lunch is 4th period, which is at 10:40. Seems kind of early, but that's another thing you'll get used to. At lunchtime, everyone starts making their way into the cafeteria to eat. If you get school food, it's always a race against everyone else to get there as quickly as possible because of how long the line can be. There's a whole bunch of stuff to do at lunch period after you finish eating. You can hang around outside and play basketball maybe. You can go to the library to finish up some work or just read. And you could go to a club if it operates during lunch. A lot of the time, if you're doing a club, you can eat there instead of the cafeteria. When you arrive at PE or dance, you enter in the door that leads to where the locker rooms are. After you get changed, for PE, you go to the basketball area and wait until it starts, and for dance, you go to the dance studio. Don't worry about rushing because you get 10 minutes. After PE or dance, you change and then wait around awkwardly at the bottom of the stairs until the bell rings. After lunch period, you go to your last 3 periods, and then school ends at 2:25. You might be in a club or extra class that operates at this time, in which case you would go to the room associated with that club or class. If you use the bus, it normally arrives around 15 minutes after school ends. There's some variety in different classroom types, but they're not usually that different. The 2 rooms that have the main differences are the science labs and computer lab. There are 4 main buildings in Korematsu, which are named as letters A through D. The A building is where most of the electives are held. The B building is basically just the gym area. The C building is where most of the action happens. And the D building is the multi-purpose and band room.
What's up, Korematsu? This is how we do it here.
That is the end of a day at Korematsu. I hope this gives people a decent understanding.